Welcome to The Explainer. Look, if you're tuning in today, you're probably already a high achiever. You're a professional who's constantly pushing the envelope, and you know that reaching that first major level of success is really just the warm-up. So today we're setting a high-performance tone. We're going to dive right into the architecture of a resilient life and break down the exact mindset that separates the people who plateau from the ones who keep pushing to the absolute peak. So here's the ultimate question. Why do some professionals consistently break barriers, while others, people with the exact same potential by the way, just keep generating excuses? Success doesn't inherently belong to the smartest person in the room, and it definitely doesn't belong to the wealthiest. It belongs to the relentless. You know, every single elite performer started out facing the exact same fears and doubts you might be feeling right now looking at your next big career leap. The only difference? They actually took the first step.
Section 1. The Trap of Comfort. Okay, let's dive into this first major hurdle for anyone who is already successful. Every single morning, you're facing this quiet little battle. Believe it or not, the comfort of your current success is actually a liability. Sure, the proverbial armchair feels incredibly safe and secure, and our brains are practically wired to just stay put and conserve energy, right? But if you want to build an unstoppable future, you've got to trade that temporary happiness and comfort for relentless discipline. Because discipline is literally the only currency that buys an elite future.
There is a cold, hard logic to this climb. If you want a different life, you must become a different person. It's that simple. You absolutely cannot use the exact same operating system that got you to your current plateau to reach the ultimate summit. Ascending requires a fundamental, total transformation of your professional identity. You actually have to shed the habits of who you are right now to become the person capable of handling that next level.
Section 2. Myth of Perfect Timing. Let's talk about our next big psychological trap.
The perfect moment doesn't exist. Just sit with that for a second. The idea that you're waiting for the economy to be absolutely flawless or your calendar to perfectly clear up before making your next big move? It's kind of absurd. Waiting for ideal conditions is rarely about strategy. Honestly, more often than not, it is just a highly sophisticated excuse used by very smart people to justify their own complacency.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the exact mechanics of breaking that cycle of hesitation. Here is a simple but ruthlessly effective action sequence for your arsenal. 1. Start with what you have. 2. Start where you are. And 3. Start today. It completely neutralizes the excuse of not being ready. Elite achievers take immediate action regardless of how unready they feel, because they know small actions repeated every single day are what actually create extraordinary results.
Section 3. Reframing failure and doubt.
Look, here is a harsh reality. People will laugh at you, some are going to doubt you, and honestly, some might even leave you. When you push violently out of your established comfort zone to aim for the absolute peak, you disrupt the status quo for everyone around you. You are going to face severe external friction and judgment. And yeah, sometimes that comes from the people who are standing right next to you on the plateau.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because reframing these inevitable setbacks is a process that unfolds over time. On day 1 of failure, it simply teaches a localized lesson. By month 6, enduring these challenges is actually building your professional muscle. And by year 1, you finally see the full picture. Every difficult day was just a vital training simulation preparing you for tomorrow. It's the systematic forging of your resilience.
This whole process requires one absolutely crucial mindset. Never let temporary pain destroy a permanent dream. When the friction gets overwhelmingly high, and it will, you have to remain fiercely focused on your overarching mission. Don't let momentary setbacks, like a failed project or a rough quarter, derail your long-term career equity. The pain will pass, but the vision, that has to remain.
Section 4. Curating your elite environment, because surviving the climb means having the right expedition team. To add massive value to that team, you need daily, non-negotiable imperatives. You need to read books, learn new skills, and improve yourself every single day. The more you learn, the more valuable you become. It is literally the ultimate way to outpace the competition. Successful people never ever stop treating their own development as their primary career asset. And this brilliantly illustrates a strict boundary you absolutely must draw in your network. On one side, you have the people who inspire you. On the other, the people who slowly destroy your confidence. Your environment shapes your future. There is a very hard line between peers who elevate your peak performance and those who subtly erode your ambition. You really must choose your friends and colleagues wisely.
Section 5. The Compound Effect.
Think of building your career equity like planting a seed. Step 1, you plant it. Step 2, you water it daily. But Step 3 is where the battle is actually won or lost. This is enduring the phase of zero visible results. This is the invisible phase where, frankly, most people quit. But if you have the patience and the discipline to push through that void, you reach Step 4, where you experience sudden, explosive change. All of that daily action finally triggers a massive career breakthrough.
1, as in 1 year from today. I want you to pause right now and just engage in a moment of intense self-reflection. Think about exactly where you are in this moment and where 12 months of compounding, relentless action could actually take you.
So the crucial point is that success isn't a destination. It's a lifestyle. Hitting your next peak is never a final resting place. The architecture of a resilient life isn't some building you eventually finish so you can just sit inside and kick your feet up. It's an ongoing commitment to a highly disciplined way of operating every single day.
I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. 1 year from today, will you be proud that you never gave up? Or will you just be sitting there wishing you had started? The ball is entirely in your court now to take that first step and create the life you deserve. Believe in yourself, outwork your yesterday, and stay consistent. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.